All right, what's up, y'all? So we finally here, and once again,
Darra.
we here with Darra, and she about to explain to me what she be doing. Feel me? And what she want to do. So go ahead, take it.
Um, okay. I came to U of L to study law, and I graduated as a junior from Seneca. And I took pre-law there, and I'm studying law to be a defense attorney because of racial disparity in prisons and jails. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so what you just described, right? So when you said racial
Disparity.
disparity. All right.
Yeah.
So what you feel about that? Like about all this stuff going on in the world anyway, when it comes to racially profiling shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, obviously, I feel like it's not fair if I want to be a defense attorney. See, the difference between a defense attorney and a prosecutor, there's some good prosecutors, but I think defense attorneys have more morals because they're trying to prove innocence. They're not trying to prove you being guilty. And like prosecutors, they try their hardest to prove you're guilty, whether you did it or not. So they're trying to put you in jail. That's why there's like so many more black people than white people in jail that didn't do it. And they already convicted, so they already done been charged with that. They gonna have to serve that time if they didn't do it.
Okay. So this leads me to my first question and shit. You know, when did you first want to start doing this?
When did I first want to be a defense attorney?
Yes, when it started going to your head.
When I started taking law, so junior year.
Junior year. All right. So before your junior year, like it wasn't even a thought in your head. Right now.
Well, actually, I say sophomore year, but during sophomore year we was in NTI, so it wasn't like a big idea. But when we got in the classroom and like it was more hands on, I started liking it more.
Yeah, and NTI, y'all, if y'all didn't know, you feel me? That shit was like, it was crazy, but you know, it was a little bit easier because everything was locked down, as you know, and we barely could do shit.
Mhm.
So, all right. So let's go lead me to my second question. So, when you do research in this shit, how hard is it? Like how hard is it to actually understand the craft that you want to do?
Doing research.
Yeah, in your field, because it sounds like it's pretty hard. Not gonna lie.
Mm-mm. Research is not hard because when you study the law, they already showing you like where this law came from and where this law came from. Every law came from a court case. Like that's what some people don't know. Somebody didn't just make it up. It came from a court case. So like, let's say, um, let's say your Miranda rights, where they tell you have the right to remain silent. That came from a court case. Like somebody sat in court and they was fighting because they didn't say anything back to the police, and that's how that law came to be. So it's like when you researching stuff, it's not that hard. If you just read what happened to court, the defendant's side and the prosecutor's side, then like you gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so understanding how it goes.
Yeah, like you just gotta read the cases. It's not like you're really trying to dig deep and figure out this fact and this fact. When you, I'm trying to tell you how to understand it because I already know this shit. So like, say a teacher gave you like an assignment and you have to you have to be a prosecutor and you have to charge this person with a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You gonna go on Google and you gonna look up, like how many times. I mean, like what do you have to do to be charged with second degree assault? And it's gonna list like this person had to do this and this and this and this for it to be in a second degree. And it's gonna show you like not what that law is called. I don't know what to call it. A charge. I don't know what to call it, but it's gonna show you like it's gonna be called KRS, like in the state of Kentucky.
So it's multiple. Like that sounds like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a lot.
Like, okay, like assault and battery. For
Mm-hmm.
it to be an assault, I have to throw something at you and miss. If I hit you, that's not assault. If I hit you, that's battery. Like it's certain requirements for it to be called that. I can't call that battery because I didn't hit you. Like I can't charge you with. You can't charge me with battery because it missed. You can charge me with assault, but that's it.
So if it missed, so if something hits you and it missed, then
No, if it misses, it don't hit you at all. If it misses, that's assault. But if it hits you, that's battery. Like everything, there's a certain requirement.
okay, I see. So okay, certain requirements that happen in the law of court, right?
Yeah, so you can't just. There has to be a whole lot of requirements, so you can't just charge somebody with something for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I accidentally threw something at you, you can't just charge me with assault if I accidentally threw something at you and missed. I had to have the intent to hurt you.
Okay.
So, like, if I was taking that case to court and I was trying to prove that somebody assaulted you, I have to prove that they meant to hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see.
Right.
Okay, bet. All right, that's gonna lead me to my little third question and shit. So, you know, is there like, have any shows really inspired you to really even go like further with your craft of law? Like any type of shows or like actual things and cases that happen. That
Yeah,
push you.
like How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay.
Or, like, have you ever watched the movie or heard of the Central Park Five?
I haven't.
Where it was these five black boys, and there was this lady who was going on a jog, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she got beat, raped, all that. But there was a lot of people in the park, though. But they pinned it on this group of five little boys. And basically, they took the boys in the interrogation room without their parents, and that's illegal. If you're like under a certain age, if you're a minor, you can't be interrogated without your parent in the room. But they took the boys in there without their parent, and then they made the boys sign this and sign that. And they was punching the boys, the police was. And they was like basically trying to make the boys falsely admit that they had raped and beat this woman when the boys knew damn well they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically recorded the boys, and they would cut out parts of them beating the boys and leave the part where the boys said, yeah, I raped that woman, all that. So basically they had to serve, they did time. Like those boys, they did probably over 10 years in prison before they got out, and they won a settlement of, I don't remember how much it was, but I think they won a few $1,000,000 for being wrongly convicted. There was five boys, they all went to jail, and they didn't do it.
See, now I ain't gonna lie. That brings me to like little you feel me? Like some of the, how the cops is, nowadays.
They
Comes
gonna
to, like
beat
the
you,
black and
yo.
white thing, yeah, like it's really controversial.
Yep.
It's controversial. A lot of people go on one side, then we have us on our side, and I ain't gonna lie, cops do be hoeing. Keep it down with you. Cops do be hoeing. They do. But I see why you want to be a law attorney type shit. I see it.
Right, and usually, like, let's say a black guy, he got shot, he was unarmed, and the police shot him. Usually people's gonna be like, well, he was running away or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he used to be a criminal. But you can look at a white person, and whether they running away, whether they got a whole gun in their hand, they armed, the police does not shoot them. They don't shoot them. So it doesn't really matter whether a black person used to be a criminal or not, because it's been white people who have literally fucking went inside a church and just shot up everybody, and the police didn't shoot them.
See, that is true. That is true.
Right.
A lot. Okay, and then this leads me to my my fourth question. So how do you feel about that? Like, is it like a deep, like burning passion every time you hear stories like that? Like, what does that do to you?
I don't know, like it makes me mad, or it makes me like I want to speed up this process. Like that's why I graduated high school early. I'm trying to I'm trying to get to law school now, like right now.
Okay, interesting. You see, and how you said, I was like, I remember when you said that too. Like you got out of school like that. You feel me? So you serious? Like you really serious? Like
Yeah.
you really down to put that, to change up and be the best in your craft? Like that. And then it's gonna lead me to my fifth question too. So when you plan on being the best, like what requirements are you gonna make? What requirements are you gonna do to become the best? Like you gonna be focused, and you gonna
Yeah.
let anything distract you from your goal. Like, how you gonna be the best? Because when you be the best, number one means you gotta be number one, stay on top of shit.
Yeah, duh, but like also you gotta have the connections. Like you can't. I mean, I don't want to say you can't do shit by yourself, but like I can't do it by myself. Like you have to have some type of connections. Like my old teacher, she was a prosecutor, and I have her phone number, and she let me know like if I ever want to go sit inside of a trial with her, like just sit behind her in the courtroom just to be there and watch how it is, then I could go sit with her. And it's like you just gonna have to build those connections, build those relationships with people that's already in the field. So like they know your name, they could tell the next person who's probably a defense attorney or a paralegal your name. They could tell, they might know a judge. They could tell the judge your name. So now you have all these connections and shit, and a better chance of like actually sitting in the courtroom, being there, doing it.
So it's word of mouth.
Mhm.
Okay, bet. That's, yeah, you know that makes sense because it's pretty big. It seems like. Well, come to think about it, is it big or no? Because I really don't know about it. I really don't know about it that much.
I mean, it's bigger for me because I know it's gonna be harder for me. Like, I'm a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a lot of black defense attorneys, and like, especially if I had tattoos, probably not gonna get a job as a defense attorney.
Oh, see. Oh my gosh, man, that's another thing when it comes to tattoos. Because like I remember my mom would be telling me shit like that, saying if you got tattoos, is it gonna be hard for you to find a job? Like, why you wanna get a tattoo? Why you wanna mess up God gave you? You feel me? Like God gave you this body, blah blah blah. You know, with me, it goes to a whole different type of standpoint. You know, I'm an artistic type of person, so I like to look in the art like section when it comes to tattoos. But how you just said, right? They'll look at the flaws and shit, right? And be instantly like, damn, nah, she got tattoos, you know. We ain't gonna let her in. She may do some type shit.
Right.
It's like so stereotyping you.
My grades don't matter. They look at me and they be like, "This is a black girl. Like, I got some hot pink box braids or some shit." They're gonna be like, It don't matter how much I know. I can know every Kentucky law book that exists. It does not matter.
See, I ain't gonna lie, that's always sad. It really is sad, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it needs to be a change. But when you think a change is gonna happen, you don't think that's possible. You think that's just how the world is.
That's just how it is. People be like, you can do anything. You can be the change in the world, blah, blah. It's going to take a lot of people to make something change. And plus, like, the government has so much to do with people's lives. They're watching y'all so much. They have so much control over you. Like, you can't really do shit.
You're right. Well, it's going to lead me to my last question and shit. So, tell me, right, when you do become the best in your craft, number one, and you see another person just like you, feel me? And I ask this, and I'm actually going to ask this to a lot more people too when they hop on here. What would you do if you see them in the same shoes that you used to be in? How would you help them out?
What you mean? Like,
so if they was doing the
when
same
I'm older and there's kids that want to be do the same.
And they want to do the same thing that you do. Let's say you have people who actually look up to you and respect the way you came up in your field and want to do the same thing you did, but they're struggling even harder than you was.
Help them build connections. Yeah, help them build connections. And plus, you can get like I can get an internship where, I mean, they're not paid, but still, I can get an internship where I'm literally working alongside somebody. I'm probably not doing much, but I'm still working alongside them. So like, if a kid really want to do it, like, okay, be my intern. You know, go to work with me, follow me around like I'm training you.
I see. Is that all or no?
Yeah, I guess that's all.
I see. Well, like I said, it was good having you. I appreciate your time. And if you want to say anything else, go ahead, talk to me. Is that your social?
No, that's it. Follow me on Instagram, Don Darra, DON.DARRA, and Snapchat at DarraStar05.
Alright, bet. Like I said, bro, y'all heard it from her. You know, a little good interview. Like I said, appreciate having you. Really do. And we gonna end it. Bow.
赤座赤座赤座